Hey guys, Paul from Paul's Body Engineering here. I wanted to speak specifically today about the concept of reverse dieting, and I brought Moni along to not only bring a female perspective to the discussion but also speak about her own personal experiences, because she has a lot of experience in regards to reverse dieting, but also how bad a reverse diet can go. Look, it's imperative that a reverse diet is done correctly, because after several weeks, 3 months, 6 months of dieting, and this applies to contest prep, it applies to challenges, it applies to anyone that goes into a calorie deficit. If you don't reverse diet correctly, you can really stuff up your metabolism, your hormones, your weight, and also then there's the mental side effects as well that go with that. So it's a very important aspect to take control of when you're at that point. So we're going to discuss that today. Keep it brief, but get into the nitty gritty of it so that everyone can understand it, because it's all well and good talking about it over and over and over again, but when you experience it like we both have, we need to get the message across too, because your health is our main priority here. So Moni, do you want to start us off with your own personal experience of reverse diet from your contest preps and other dieting experience?
Yep. So when we talk reverse diet, like Paul just briefly touched on, we're not talking specifically about contest prep. So think about people that might do a shake diet, they might do a lemon detox diet, all these diets, fad diets, or a diet at the gym with a challenge. F45 do a 8-week challenge, and there's a diet that goes with it. A lot of the time when people do these diets, challenges, contest prep, they diet, and then the end comes, an end date, then woo, let's celebrate, I don't need to diet anymore. It's so wrong. It's the complete wrong approach. Personally, I've done hundreds of diets in my own life, and many times I diet, I get the result I want, and then very quickly my weight goes up. Quite a few times my weight has gone higher than my starting point. And that unfortunately does happen to a lot of people. That's not just me being a special retard, it actually does happen a lot to a lot of people.
Can I just interrupt you there?
Yep.
Layne Norton, a lot of people know Layne Norton. He's like the godfather of evidence-based health and fitness.
Yep.
He actually ran a research paper not that long ago in regards to people who reverse diet incorrectly, and 90% of people actually put on more weight than what they lost post-dieting. So it's a big issue.
Yep. So what specifically did you want me to discuss?
Oh, look, talk about your own experience, your first contest prep reverse diet experience, and then what you've learned from that. I think is the biggest thing.
Yep. So I think when we step into contest prep, so contest prep's a whole nother level above usual dieting. Like in the past when I've done diets, I did Tony Ferguson diet, I did the HCD drops under your tongue diet, I've done all the crazy diets just to try and lose weight, and then always ended up heavier than when I started. Just always happened. Going to contest prep, obviously it's a much longer journey. My contest preps are usually about 24 weeks, so 24 weeks of chipping away the calories, and the calories do then get quite low. Our first contest prep, we didn't know any better, I guess is probably the best way to say it. Comp finished, really successful comp season, had plenty of wins and on top of the world, and then we celebrated. We took a week off training, we ate out a lot, we ate all the foods that we missed and really loved, which never really satisfied any craving and were not as good as
I remember making a list of what I wanted to eat.
Yeah, we just ate shit. And very quickly I put on weight, very quickly. I was up 5 kilos within, I think, 2 weeks.
I put on 5 kilos in 1 week.
Yeah.
I was eating ice cream for lunch.
Yeah, but even that was just being a bit silly.
Yeah.
And then, and yeah, that was so shit. So anyways, after that, my body was very slow, very tired. My skin was horrendous. My hair was thinning. I had hormonal issues, bad PMS. I would get the really bad bloating when I ate again. Even when I cleaned everything up and went back to, no, okay, those 2 weeks were stupid, let's get back on track, I still had all these other issues now, which were not there before. My body just was not happy. So then that took months and months of just trying to be good, trying to clean up my food, getting back into training to then fix the problems.
So you're doing this?
Yeah, I was doing that, but then we went back into the next comp prep and the problems weren't fixed. I went and got some blood tests done because I knew I wasn't feeling how I should be feeling, and I completely had wiped my system. I had full-blown adrenal fatigue, I know some people don't believe in adrenal fatigue, but I was completely wiped. My adrenal glands were not happy. My hormones were fucked. I had my doctor say to me, so are you planning more children? Because if you are, we need to put you on some serious hardcore hormone replacement therapy stuff alongside the hormone replacement therapy I'm already going to put you on. My hormones were screwed. And I am a 30-year-old woman who should not be having hormonal issues. Well, maybe I wasn't even 30 then.
No, you weren't.
He believed I was going into early menopause. He then said to me, are you a diabetic? Have you been tested to be a diabetic? Because I think you're possibly a diabetic. My thyroid was fucked. Like literally everything you could think of was fucked. And it was not because of the comp prep.
No.
It was because of what I did after. Now, this sounds so extreme and so massive, but this also can happen when you do a normal diet. When you've brought yourself so far down and then spiked yourself so far high, your body doesn't know what to do with it. You essentially can drown yourself. Was it refeeding syndrome?
Yeah.
There's a thing called refeeding syndrome where you literally end up in hospital and potentially can die from dieting hard and then spiking back up.
It's such a common occurrence now. And would you say it's fair? Is it fair to say that it's more impactful on females than males in regards to dieting hard and then the recovery?
Yep. I say that yes, it is, but then I know that there's actually a lot of issues then with men as well that are now becoming more to the surface.
Yep.
Women tend to have a lot of emotional eating issues. I hate my body, I'm going to eat this ice cream.
Yeah.
Stupid things like that. And at the end of the day, you can control it. Oh, my cravings are so bad, I can't control it. Yes, you can.
Yeah, look, at the end, and look, this is going to sound harsh, but at the end of the day, it's just food.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've developed such a reliance on processed food over the years that it's a necessity, or we believe it to be a necessity, when it's not. It's just food. At the end of the day, we eat to fuel our body.
If you're really that hungry, eat some broccoli,
Yeah.
eat a carrot, eat an apple. You know, that chocolate bar is not going to fix the problems.
No.
And if the problem is you hating on your body, well, go exercise. Find out what is causing you to feel these ways and fix it. For comp prep all the time, it's people not having a goal.
Yeah.
It's like pre-wedding blue, post-wedding blues.
Yep, same thing.
It's the thing has happened. Now there's nothing else.
It's
what next?
such a big build-up for months and months and months, and then the social media stuff starts, and you get all excited. You run on adrenaline for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then bang,
Crashes.
it's over. So what do? What's next? So you've got to have that post-show goal, that post-diet goal, that post-challenge goal, whatever the scenario is that you're in. You need the next goal. You need to keep motivated to ensure that you don't fall off the wagon too quickly, because as she's just said, it can have such a big impact, and you don't want to end up being a yo-yo dieter, because that's just going to stuff your system
Even
so
more.
poorly.
Yeah. And speaking of that, when I went into my next comp prep, I was like, hey, we're sweet. We're going to be good. My hormones are happy. We're going to be good. We're getting everything medicated. We're all sweet. The next comp prep, the next dieting phase I went into was 100 times harder than the first one, simply because of all the issues I'd caused my body. My body went, we ain't doing this again. We're not going there.
No.
So I've only competed in 2 seasons now, when my original goals, by now I should have competed in 4 or 5. I've had to say, no, I can't do that. I've had to cancel shows. And my last season I did 1 show when my original goal was 5 shows. So my body is still, to this day, recovering from the intense stupidness I put it through for those few weeks, essentially, that just stuffed everything.
Yeah, look, there's a term that does get thrown around, and it's been debated whether it's true or not, and that's metabolic damage. Look, it is a thing. In my opinion, it is a thing, because your metabolism's, like, when you diet down to a low calorie intake, and this applies to not only contest prep,
Bring
but
out the whiteboard.
Bring out the whiteboard. And this applies to all diets, not just contest prep, all diets. You just drop down to a calorie deficit. You drop down to, I don't know, round figures, 1,000 calories a day, whatever it might be. So your body's set at that level. If you don't recover properly, your intake is still at that level, but you're eating to a 2,000 calorie intake level.
So let's explain that on the whiteboard.
Monty's going to show you.
No, you can talk.
Oh, okay, all right.
So, if we're, say, I'll go blue for our calories.
Okay.
Blue for calories?
Blue for calories.
So,
Use round numbers.
Can you see?
Yeah, you can
I'm
see
not
that.
going to write numbers, I'm going to draw lines.
Okay.
So we're going to start here. And this is our before we've started dieting,
So
right?
24 weeks or 20
Doesn't matter.
weeks.
8-week challenge
whatever.
and 45.
Yep.
Whatever it might be.
Yep.
So this is right before. You're all excited, you're cheery, you're happy. Woo! My calories are in surplus. Whether it's 1,800 or 3,000, who knows? It's irrelevant. It's completely
Everybody's different.
So you're starting here, right? Happy days, happy days. Okay, challenge now starts. Weight loss journey starts. So we're slowly bringing those calories down. Slowly.
And just a side disclaimer, and this is if it's done right too, because some people do crash diets. No. Slowly.
As
It
your
needs to
friend.
be done healthy and sustainably.
Okay, so then you get to here. So this is time across the bottom too, guys. So then you get to here, and you've reached your goal. Woohoo!
Yay, party.
Yay! So now we're just going to sit here for a minute, and then what's going to happen? We're going to
go and have a big dinner and celebrate and look. Again, another disclaimer: a one-off is okay. You know, a one-off is fine. You celebrate with your friends, achievements, etc. That's great. Have a nice meal, but it can't turn into something.
So this blue line is your calories. So you've started off good, you've crept down while you're dieting, then you've gone and blown it. You've gone way up high.
Yep.
Now, hopefully, you come back down. What happens for most people?
They go up again.
They stay up. They stay up. Their calories
One
are
day
up
turns
here.
into 2 days, into 3
day,
days.
2 days, 3 days, 4 days, a week, shit.
I've got to get my weight off. I'm putting weight on.
I'm putting weight on really quickly.
Yep.
I want to bring it down. So we're going to go, okay, let me go back to where I was before. Oh, that line went crooked. Oh, shivers.
That's all right. They know what you mean.
Okay, so I'm going back to the calories I was on before at the end of my diet. But here's the kicker. It's not going to make you lose weight.
No, it won't.
So you're sitting here going, shit, I'm plateauing. Nothing's happening. So what are you going to do?
So you're actually sitting at this weight, but you're eating this amount of food.
Yeah, this is your calories. So you're
Yeah.
still fat,
Yeah.
but you're eating nothing.
Yeah, you put on 5 kilos or whatever it is, but your intake is only here.
Yeah, but now you're not losing weight. Your body's like, nah, not happy, not losing weight. So then what do?
Diet more.
You're
Diet harder.
You're going to diet harder. So you're going to drop your calories lower than where they were here, where you're perfectly happy and at your goal.
Yep.
You're going to do this. You're going to go down. And then you're going to be so sad and miserable. So what are you going to do?
Gonna binge.
Up.
We're gonna eat heaps of food.
And then we're going to cry, and then we're going to come back down. No, I'm good now. It was one day I'm good. I'm back on the wagon.
I'm back on the wagon.
But I'm down.
I'm back on track. I hate that
And
saying.
then, so this is going to continue going. And your calories are eventually just going to keep going lower and lower until you go, fuck it, I'm done. And you go back up to where you were before and try and sort out your metabolic damage.
But in this window, here to here, you could have packed on
10
kilos.
kilos.
Yeah, easily. Like that's in a short space of time because you're trying to fix the damage caused by a couple of big meals or a couple of loose days.
You're going to go back to where you started because your calories, you're going to go back to the original starting, but you could have put on 10 kilos more than your original starting place.
Absolutely.
5 kilos more. You could have, yeah. Anyways, and your metabolism during this time. So the reason why this happens, the reason why your body is not happy with you, your metabolism usually would sit quite nicely. It will follow your plan. It will follow you down. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's going to come. You're going to spike with your food. It'll spike a little.
Yeah.
But then, look how little that spike is compared to your calorie spike. So when you come crashing down, guess what happens? Boom.
Yeah.
It comes down further. You're going to cruise along. Oh wait, no, that's an up. We're going back up. But it's not moving. Your calories are not moving. And then you're going to spike it again. It's going lower. Maybe a little spike, lower. This is going to keep going lower and lower. And now, okay, we get to our end.
And it gets slower and slower too.
So we've got to our end. Yeah. Whatever. Metabolism started up here, right? Look where it is now.
Now.
And look at the difference. So you've gone back to your calories before, which are up here, but your metabolism's down here.
Big
So
gap.
before, it was nice and close. And this is what helps you feel energized, get on with your day, and just get moving and feel happy and good about yourself.
Food is fuel. Again.
And look at this. This is now the window. This is what happened to me. I could not lose weight. Put me on 800 calories. I would eat tuna and beans and I would still not lose weight because my body went into survival mode, and I hate saying that word because it's stupid. But essentially it's what happened. My adrenals
True.
shut down, my hormones shut down, everything started shutting down.
Yep.
So, bum bow, not the way I want to do it.
No.
So, Paulie, how do
Yep.
we want to do it?
How do we want to do it? So we get to our threshold of dieting. We get to our end goal, which
So
is
we're getting to...
yeah. So it's like still the dieting phase from here. Same thing.
Still same.
It's still good. It's still good. You know, if it's done right, it's done slowly. It's done in a sustainable manner.
Controlled.
So you get to your goal here, and sure, have a celebratory dinner.
Just one little dinner.
Yeah,
but
one
it's
little dinner.
Not crazy.
No, it's not 5 meals and then 3 ice creams and 10 beers. It's a meal.
It's a meal.
And that's it.
And then the very next day we wake up and we get back on with the
Straight
job.
back on it. And if you've got a good coach, a good trainer, or obviously someone who's overseen the plan in whole, they will give you another strategy in terms of your reverse diet. So it might be a small increase of calories, but you still have to train.
Yes.
That's the kicker as well. You have to train. You can't then take a week off and just relax and go, oh, I've been training for 6 months, I'm going to take a week off. Bum, bum. No way. No way. It is not possible to reverse diet successfully without continuing training.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
So we've got to here, we've had our little celebratory dinner.
Yeah.
We're excited, we're happy, now we're back on the wagon.
Yep.
So then we're going to continue, right?
That's right. Yes.
So we're going to continue, hopefully a reverse diet, when done properly, is only a couple of weeks. It doesn't have to be another 18 months.
No.
It can literally be a few weeks. For some people, it might take longer. But if you nail this, and the danger zone's what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks approximately.
If you nail this 3 weeks, you're laughing. You're set. You're sweet.
You want to essentially get to a point where what's called maintenance. Maintenance
No more
is
dieting.
exactly is where your body can sustain itself on a certain level of calories, ongoing.
Yeah.
Where you don't put on weight, and your body just chews through the fuel, and that's your level.
So back to this. So you've had your little celebratory dinner. Monday morning comes. Paulie's done your plan. What's your plan? You cruise, lose weight?
Yeah, you probably stay to the same sort of calories for the first 2 or 3 days, just to balance out what you ate at the celebratory dinner. And then after that, it's generally a 10, 15, 20 grams of carb increase over the next couple of days. And we assess it as we go. So there's always a regular check-in. Every 2-3 days we check in to keep that accountability. We check in, we check in, we check in.
So we're going to keep on cruising up.
Yeah, we just slowly do it. So this is where the compliance is required.
And then for most people, this is the kicker. This is the exciting bit. I've got to make sure I make it right. You're cruising. This could be 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
And then we've hit maintenance, and then we're going to cruise.
Yep.
Now, maintenance for most people is higher than their starting point originally.
Absolutely.
If you reverse out properly, say beforehand your maintenance was 1,500 calories, you might find now your maintenance is now 1,800. You might have given yourself 300 extra calories a day.
But the bonus to that is you may look better as well.
Yes.
You may look better because you've dieted. You've worked so hard to have a great physique. So why do you want to ruin it straight away with a massive binge of a week or whatever?
So silly.
Yeah, exactly. So you will look a hell of a lot better. Your metabolism will perform better, and you'll feel amazing because you've done it correctly.
So metabolism, it's happening. You started off good.
Yep.
We're cruising. We're just going to follow the line down.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And look, there's no denying that this part here is hard.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Of course it's hard. It's dieting. It is hard.
So you're gonna have your cheat meal. You might have a little quick perk.
Yep.
Cruising. You get to here. Now, unlike before, look what's going to happen.
Yep.
Metabolism, it's still happy. It's following you. It is going up. It is going up, and it stays with you.
Correct. You beauty. How good's that?
Happy days.
Yep.
And now your comp prep, your 8-week challenge, whatever it might be, is over.
Yep.
You're still looking smoking hot.
And if you ever decide to diet again, and this probably
This is the next
yeah, exactly. It's more specific to those who do contest prep. You're already starting at a higher point,
place.
at a much higher point, rather than a lower point.
Starting here to do another diet is shit, and I'm sorry for swearing so much, but it is horrendous. I've been there, I've done it, and I can. Do you want me to start crying? I'll start crying. Like, it is so horrible, and it is such a horrible feeling to know that you did this to yourself.
Yeah.
With food.
And look, this example, the psychological impact of doing this,
horrid.
It sucks, man. It really puts people into a state of depression about their body, about their intake, and then it can create eating disorders.
Yep. And the flow-on effect from that, so mental health in itself, your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your kids, your work environment, all those things are severely impacted simply because
you haven't followed the plan. Massive ripple effect.
Talking about if you want to compress prep again, you want to do another F45 challenge, you're in such a good space.
If you come to me as a coach, and I'm your coach, you come to me with a history of that, I'm either going to turn you away, or I will work with you for 6 to 12 months to get your metabolism fixed. I will say, no, we're not prepping, because it'll put your health at risk.
Yeah,
It'll big time put your health at risk.
Yeah. And if you feel that you're here and you're tired and you're sluggish and you can't feel like you're getting anywhere, you need to get your hormones and your blood tested.
Get your bloods done, 100%. Get all your hormones checked, get your adrenals checked, get your iron levels, your magnesium levels, get everything checked.
Yeah.
Well, That was not short. That was 20 minutes.
Oh, I could talk all day about this topic.
Yeah, well, look, it's incredibly important, and people take it for granted because they work so hard for so long. They get to the end goal, and then the seatbelt comes off, and they just do what they want. Unless you've given strict instructions, you've given good accountability, good guidance.
Yep.
And even then, and look, I know it's hard. We've done it.
Yeah.
It is really hard because the goal's finished. Yeah, exactly.
And we've done it and done it well.
Yeah. Look, I'm sitting on 4,000 calories right now. It's great. I'm eating heaps of food.
And that's the thing I think people forget is you diet, you're dieting, coming down. Get to that end bit. If you go and party and celebrate straight away, you're going to end up that first diagram that's fucked. But if you follow and be strict, when you get to that happy place, and then, like we said, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it doesn't have to be a long time.
No.
You can then eat those things that you wanted before.
Absolutely.
And you know what? You'll find you don't want to binge because you have an abundance of food every day you need to take in.
Yep.
You will be like, I have too many macros, which is such a horrible problem to have.
I know. 550 grams of carbs every day, and I've worked hard to get there.
And you don't need to binge because, well, you can fit that chocolate in, you can fit that ice cream in, you can fit the bowl of Fruit Loops in. You can fit it in.
But that's not bragging. That's just because I've busted my backside to get to that point. And look, the first season I did it sucked because I put on so much weight, and then I tried to diet back down, and then I put on weight, and then I dieted back down. Yeah. But I've learned from that, and I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But food is fuel, and we need to disassociate ourselves with the emotional attachment of food. That's the biggest thing, I think.
And I think too, some people might look at me and go, "Oh, well, you're not a size 8, so what are you talking about?"
Yeah.
The reason I'm not is because I did the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So my coach had to bring my calories up. So I was at first diagram. My calories were here, but my metabolism was here. My coach was like, "You can't stay there. You need to increase this." So because my metabolism was still here, I had to increase my calories and try and fix my body, and I stacked on the weight.
But you had to.
I had to. There was no other choice.
There was
so
no.
for me personally, about 10 kilos heavier than I want to be, and that's taken. It's 12 months.
Yeah.
A 12-month thing, but it for the first while was a real head fuck.
Yeah.
Like that was not nice. And as a woman, when your clothes don't fit, it's not a nice feeling. And I'm so passionate about it because I don't want you guys to ever feel like that.
No, that's right. It's very important. And look, like we said, the psychological impacts of a incorrect reverse diet. And look, this happens, especially with your challenges and things like that, where there's no strategy post reward. There's no strategy.
You see a lot of gyms do 8-week, 12-week challenges. Go hard. Get to the end. They normally go out and have a boozy night out and party.
Yeah.
And there's nothing after that.
That's
so
right.
Then they wait for another 4 weeks, and then they go, "Oh, we've got another challenge starting. Come back and do the next one."
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, that's the roller coaster.
And look, if your goal is to improve your physique or build muscle or stay in a good lean position, you need to get your metabolism firing anyway, because you want to perform your best in the gym. If you're training weights, you want to perform at the best of your ability to put on muscle. And the only way to put on muscle is to fuel your system with good quality food in a surplus.
You need to be in a surplus. You can't be in a deficit.
No.
Some freaky people, first time dieting, can put on muscle in a deficit, but 99% of us, no, you need to be in a surplus.
And please don't follow the BS bullshit that you see on social media. Instagram models, Facebook models, all that crap is essentially that. It is crap. It is so misleading. People take a crap load of photos within a window of, say, a month when they're really lean, or, disclaimer, they're on some sort of enhanced product that helps them stay lean all year round, which really annoys me. But it's just misleading for the general population. It really is. And so you need to get the good, hard, honest truth about the situation from someone who's experienced it.
Do you know what's funny is we actually had this conversation yesterday because it's comp season at the moment. There's comps going on everywhere, and we've been all over the place. And the phrase I've said an awful lot this season is, she doesn't look like her Instagram.
Yeah, when you see them in person, it's interesting.
It's really interesting, and it's horrible because it's so completely misleading.
That's it. This is me right now. Like I'm soft, white, and fluffy. 10 kilos up from my stage weight, but I don't care because my metabolism's, I can't even say it, my metabolism is in a great position.
Your goals are set and you're doing it for a reason.
Exactly. So if I ever diet down again, I'm going to diet down on a very high level of food, which is fantastic.
Yeah. So take care of yourself, guys. And if when in doubt, talk to your coach.
100%.
Whether it's Fat Chops here or someone else.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Understand your body, understand nutrition. The more you know, the better your position
And
is.
if you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, just ask us,
Yeah.
and we will give you our information, but also too, we can give you some people to follow. We're talking people with PhDs
Yeah.
and master's degrees. Like, these people are at the top of their
Top of their
game.
game.
And that's where we get our information from. So,
That's it.
happy days.
Happy days. All right.
Happy
sign off.
reversing.
There you go.
Bye, guys. Oh, wait. I got one more thing.
What?
My little catchphrase. So, for the girls that have competed, your physique is your trophy.
Hey, I like that. That goes to guys as
And
well.
guys too, but I
Yeah.
work with girls.
Okay.
Your physique is your trophy.
Yeah, I like that.
Peace out.
See ya.
Bye, guys.